Nice to meet you. My name is Maria, and I think we might have something in common. This is a story of my life philosophy. You could also call it my answer to the question, why? Why should I get up this morning? What things do I value in life? What is worth the effort? A couple of years ago, I was not in a good place. I was in my late teens, early 20s, working really hard in school, in extracurricular activities, in my social circle, then university, then at my first job. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't sleeping, eating, or exercising consistently. I was living a very unthoughtful life, driven by a very strong ambition to keep going. I was working blindly for goals that I didn't give enough consideration to determine whether they were even worth the sacrifices I was making to achieve them. I also avoided these questions and filled my time with lots of friends, family, romance, and activities, so the anxiety of being still would never catch up with me. If you would have asked me to define myself, I would have cited things like my intelligence, my achievements, my quote-unquote successes, even my appearance, the friends I held. Ultimately, I unconsciously felt that I had very little intrinsic worth. My worth was created and retained through grades and other incentives at school and university, the outcomes I could create, my actions towards others, my ability to keep working to the limits of my physical capacity or the grind. I was overworked for the last 5 years of my life. What was it all for? This structure created an insatiable hunger for achievement where nothing was unfortunately ever enough. I didn't enjoy my achievements or my successes. Soon after feeling mild satisfaction for reaching my goal, I would criticize where I could have done better, how I could have gone even further, above and beyond. The self-criticism, the anxiety, the nervousness, the worthlessness of self was non-stop and never-ending. I could, nor would ever be, good enough for myself. I couldn't even say my hard work paid off. I was disorganized, inefficient, anxious, ruthlessly critical of myself and of others. Ironically, this philosophy wasn't working to serve my goals, only to fuel a cycle of pushing even harder, ignoring things that I needed to pay attention to. And the thing is, unfortunately, this is not uncommon. In fact, I bet you, or someone you know, has been or still is in a similar situation. Lots of people spend their whole lives blindly carrying on, without truly examining their direction or their goals, always chasing the next thing, not living for themselves, but living for others or to feed their relentless self-critic. Sometimes people wake up middle-aged and have a crisis about it. Sometimes people wake up at 25 years old and have a crisis about it. I don't blame myself, and I don't blame anyone else either. I think this state of mind is a very human reaction to a highly pressurized and idealized society and structure of education and employment. I also feel it is a natural part of maturing into an adult or growing as a person. So how are things different today? Unfortunately, I don't have an unbelievable success story for you where I turned my attitude and my life around in a matter of weeks and am now teaching a mindfulness course down at the local yoga center. Because this is not how change happens. I can tell you, however, that my philosophy is different. I've begun to rechannel my ambitions and to accept that change is gradual and that lasting change is always gradual. I now believe, and aim to practice what I believe, that life is meaningful in the areas that I attach meaning to. Some of those areas are having meaningful and deep relationships with my family, my partner, my friends, improving my understanding towards others, and helping them in the best ways that I can. working towards self-actualization, where I strive to reach my full potential by taking care of my mind and my body, working on projects and learning things that inspire me and set me on fire with passion and excitement. I try to slow down, to not be in such a rush, to not compare myself to others. While these goals can sometimes feel really challenging, at least I have a new direction. I now believe that balance, as simple and as obvious as this may sound, is the way forward. Whipping myself to work harder is counterproductive, because I want to work hard, not because I should just achieve something. In fact, I don't want to work, but to feel more like my work is play. While not being easy, for it to be an exploration, a creative process. Because I believe a healthy mind and body bear the fruit of genuine excitement and purpose. The ability to be a better friend, a better girlfriend, daughter, niece, aunt. Because I now know that practicing self-compassion expands my potential and doesn't hinder it. My purpose now is to grow in all of these areas that I attach meaning to. To grow not only by learning new information, but alternative, sometimes uncomfortable perspectives. To grow by making mistakes. To grow by trying, failing, and trying again. So how did I adjust my toxic life philosophy to a growth-driven and more balanced one? Where am I on that path? Where will I go next? That is the content of this channel. The why will develop as I learn and experience more. The purpose of this channel is to document that learning and development process and to nourish my growth mindset. And I hope you'll join me in that pursuit. Thank you so much for watching, and